Welcome back everybody, I hope you're having a great day today and I hope you're ready for this. Gin's not in the basket, Nez is not in the basket, but we do have Pineapple Toy. So yeah, hello Pineapple Toy, hopefully we'll have a cat there soon. But for now, it's just us. I've got 9 Am I the A-hole stories to read today and it's gonna be an adventure. Let's get straight into it. Enjoy everybody. Am I the A-hole for demanding to check my brother's girlfriend's bags before they leave my house? So, a bit of background here. I, 39 female, have a brother 32 male who I'll call Chase. Chase has been with his girl 35 female that I'll call Vivian for almost 2 years now. About a month into their relationship, Vivian got pregnant with my nephew, he's now almost a year old. Vivian also has 2 daughters, 5 female and 8 female from a previous relationship. Her daughters are very close in age to my daughter, 7 female, and up until last weekend everybody got along fine. They live in a different state than us but they come to visit fairly often, and they stay with us because we've got extra room. Last weekend they came to stay again, and about an hour before they left, my daughter noticed that a few of her favourite toys were missing. The girls had been playing all weekend, so I didn't think much of it, and I offered to help her look for them. After about 20 minutes of searching, we couldn't find the toys anywhere, so I asked Vivian's girls if they remembered where they were playing with them last. Their girls said no, but they acted a little bit guilty about it. I asked Chase and Vivian about it, and Chase said that he saw the exact toys in the room that Vivian's girls were sleeping in. We went to check, and they were not there. He asked Vivian if she'd moved them when she packed the girls' things that morning, and she said they were not there. We went back into the living room, and I saw Vivian's girls huddled close together over a backpack, and they quickly shut it when they saw that we were there. Chase asked the girls again if they knew where the toys were, and this time they didn't say anything, and they looked at their mum. Chase then reached for the bag, and Vivian lost it. She started yelling at me, "How dare I accuse her daughters of stealing?" And then she tried to snatch the bag away. Chase opened it, and there were the missing toys plus a few more. I was absolutely furious. I told her I wanted to see what else she had, and I demanded that she open the 2 suitcases. She said that was an invasion of her privacy, and then tried to take them and leave. Chase stopped her and made her open them. She had taken several tops, a few skirts and dresses, and a brand new pair of Nikes that belonged to my daughter. Oh my god, can you believe this, Pineapple Toy? I took everything back and I told her she and her girls were not allowed back in my house. I've since gotten several texts from her and a few unknown numbers telling me that I embarrassed her and I upset her girls because they were promised the items. They were promised the items? Chase is upset with her but said that I was too mean to her in front of everybody and that I could have handled the situation more privately. I do feel awful that her girls left crying, but am I the a-hole for how I handled the situation? Editor to AITA answers to a few questions that I keep getting. I'm not sure who promised the girls the items. She would not elaborate, but I'm assuming it was her. She wanted me to pull her aside into a different room away from Chase and the kids to talk about the situation. Also, yeah, I'm 99% sure the baby is his. He's almost a carbon copy of my brother when he was a baby. I do not believe the girls knew they were stealing the things. I really do believe that their mum told them it was okay. Oh, that's terrible. We've never had any problems with the girls before this. They really do seem to be good kids. Also, I'll be talking to my brother tonight or tomorrow to discuss stuff further. Edit number 2, I'll be speaking with my brother in about an hour. I've been in contact with somebody that knows her and a lot has come to light. I'll update again if my brother says that I can, as it is his life and not mine. Vivian is not at all who she claims to be. Update, thank you for the responses. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to get to everybody's comments as I really didn't think this would take off. I talked to my brother last night and I showed him a lot of your comments and suggestions, and thanks to someone in the comments we now know a lot more about Vivian and the kind of person that she really is. I won't be able to tell you everything, but I can tell you that my brother and nephew are now staying with us while he gets a DNA test and proceeds to cut ties with her. Oh my god. I may have more to give you all in the coming days or weeks depending on what the paternity test says. Again, thank you all so much. Oh my freaking god, that's unbelievable. I am literally on the edge of my seat. Wow, Vivian is terrible. Yeah, not the a-hole OP, and of course it definitely is a not the a-hole consensus. Like, yeah, you could have talked to Vivian about it not in front of the kids, but it's also good in the sense that the kids know the truth, because obviously Vivian was just lying to them, telling them that it's okay for them to take the stuff and they were allowed to take it. Oh, that's terrible. A top comment says, absolutely not the a-hole. You don't need to accommodate the feelings of thieves. She should feel embarrassed. And her girls are crying because their mother's a filthy thief and a liar. Not your problem. And the top comment says, not the a-hole. Holy shit, that's a hot mess. You should not feel bad for their crying, but you might want to talk to your brother about his terrible choice in partners. Yeah, that's so bad. This comment says, so she promised your daughter's clothing and shoes and toys to her children, then steals them and gets caught And you're the bad guy? No. Wow, and OP said, in her words, your daughter has more stuff than all 3 of my kids combined. Wow, that's pretty telling, isn't it? Your daughter has more stuff than all 3 of my kids combined. So in Vivian's mind, it's okay to steal it. This comment and their username is Maleficent. We actually watched the Maleficent movies yesterday. I quite enjoyed them. Not the a-hole. I'm blown away that somebody texted you that the girls were promised the items. Yeah, they flat out stole from you. What else has gone missing after their other visits to your house? And OP said, looking back on it, a few other little things have gone missing, but we never thought too much of it. Pineapple Toy cannot believe this. I feel like the next update will be like Vivian's in jail. Like for real, so bad. Before we read post number 2, in the last episode, I was like, I'm catless. And when I said I'm catless, it really reminded me of something, but I couldn't quite figure out what it was. But I want to give a shout out to Unwise Owl because they commented, suspect is catless. Repeat, catless. And I couldn't remember it, but it's a Simpsons reference.
Suspect is hatless. Repeat, hatless.
So yeah, thank you for that, Unwise Owl. Am I the a-hole for telling my future mother-in-law that I don't want to wear her old wedding dress on my wedding day? First of all, no, not the a-hole. Throwaway account and fake names. I, 29 female, am getting married to Peter, 27 female, who is unfortunately a real mama's boy. Boo! I love men who respect their mothers, but sometimes Peter takes it too far. I've told Peter multiple times that I don't want to wear his mother's 51 female old wedding dress. For one thing, mother-in-law has mentioned that she and father-in-law 54 male had sex while she was in that wedding dress on her wedding day. What? And multiple times after that. So no. Yeah, no, definitely not. I don't care that me and mother-in-law are the same size. It creeps me out when anybody brings up that fact. Yeah, understandably. So when I was with Peter, mother-in-law, father-in-law, and sister-in-law 24 female at mother-in-law and father-in-law's home, mother-in-law mentions how she's looking forward to seeing me getting married in her wedding dress. Oh, get out of here. I told her son that I wasn't wearing her wedding dress. Mother-in-law said, but I have to wear it. No, they don't. And I told her no. She stormed off, and then sister-in-law said that it would be an honor to get married in her mother's wedding dress. I told her that she can do it, but I wouldn't. Then there was this big argument where I felt like Peter, father-in-law, and sister-in-law were all ganging up on me. Later at home, Peter asked me if I liked the sweater that I was wearing. I said yeah, and then he said that that used to be his mum's sweater. I took off the sweater and I told him I will not wear his mum's wedding dress. And if there are any more clothes that he's gifted me that used to be his mother's, to send them back to her. Peter decided to not sleep in the same bed as me, and hasn't since. I'm right? Am I the a-hole? Edit, I sent him a message saying that we need to talk. I'm gonna end it. He can go f*** himself or f*** his mum. I'm not here to satisfy his sick kinks. Yeah, I was gonna say, get out of there, OP. So unbelievably yuck. Yeah, this comment, not the a-hole, run away. He's not capable of being your partner, and he's a walking red flag. You'll always come second to his mummy. Find an actual adult. And OP said, I wish I could say that you're wrong about me coming in second place to his mummy, and like sneakily giving OP his mum's clothes so that OP wears them, making sure not to tell OP that they're his mum's clothes. Bro, what? And he feels like OP's in the wrong? That is laughable. Yeah, like the top comment says, not the a-hole, run. So many creepy red flags here. This just isn't normal behavior at all. Not sleeping with you because you won't wear his mum's sweater or wedding dress or other clothes? Heck no. Ew, ick, run. Yeah, and like the comment below that says, and not even telling her that he's gifting her his mother's clothes, just sneaking them onto her. Yeah, and this comment too, he wants to see you wearing the dress that his mother f***ed his dad in. Serious Oedipus complex here. Yeah, what? That's so revolting. Mother-in-law has mentioned that she and father-in-law had sex while she was in that wedding dress, on her wedding day, and multiple times after that. And by the sounds of it, everybody in the family knows about that fact, including your partner. OP's got a comment that says, he and I officially broke up. I didn't cave into his begging. I honestly hope that he gets help and becomes a better person. Yes, same here. That's terrible. What a creepy post. Mama's boys are bad enough. But by the sounds of it, this guy's in love with his mum. Yeah, definitely a not the a-hole consensus, of course. Also, OP has this comment. Peter does know about what his parents did in his mum's wedding dress, with a vomit emoji. Yep, so he knows that his mum did the diddly in that wedding dress, and he still really wants you to wear it. Yeah, I don't feel so well. Am I the a-hole for kicking out my girlfriend's sister and her kids out out of my flat after my girlfriend gave her the keys. People around me are saying that I am an a-hole, but I need the perspective of uninvolved people. My long-term girlfriend has my apartment keys, as I have hers, only unspoken until now, but the always respected rule was if you need to go to the other person's place, just send a text. Hey, going to your place. It doesn't matter if the other person's at home or even responds, just simply tell the other person that you'll be at their place. I was supposed to be 700 kilometers away from home for 2 weeks for work-related stuff, but 4 days in and our instructor got into an accident. Work tried to find another one, but no such luck on very short notice. They decided at like 10 p.m. to get us the first flight home the next day at like 6 a.m., pay us for the overtime and the next day at home, and then resume our normal work schedule. So I get home the next day at like 9 a.m., sent a text to my girlfriend to tell her that I'm back. Getting to my door, I'm very confused hearing children screaming inside. Since none of the people who have my keys have kids like that, my brother and my girlfriend, I thought that I got squatters or something. Opening the door and I see my girlfriend's sister's kids running around after a shower, putting water everywhere, plates of half-finished ravioli on my living room ground, their suitcases opened in the entrance. I get inside and I see the husband on my couch trying to hook up my PS2 that he must have dug out of my storage room. This is so frustrating. Then got into a verbal argument with him trying to understand why the they're here. Said that my girlfriend told them they could get my flat for 2 weeks while I was gone. They wanted to visit the city for a bit and go to the beach. My girlfriend sent me a text while I was arguing, telling me, oh, okay, by the way, my sister's family is at your flat. I admit, I blew up on him and the sister who left my bedroom in the meantime. I told them to leave immediately. They argued quite a bit. My girlfriend called her sister, then sister put on the speaker so we could all hear, and she said that I was embarrassing her, that she told them they could use my place for a while. She told them that they could use your place. Are you not seeing the problem here? It's not your place to give away. I threatened to call the police, also asked my brothers to come. They left while cursing me to their children, telling them that the holidays are over because the mean little sister's boyfriend cast us out. I now have all of my girlfriend's family on my back, even some of my own family saying that I could have stayed with my girlfriend so the kids could have some vacation. Also, they've read my doctor prescription papers. I put them in a specific order and it was not the same. And they obviously took some of my prescribed meds, opened a box of benzodiazepine. Am I the gay hole for making them leave? We pretty much stopped talking about anything else with my girlfriend. I feel like I'm being gaslighted. I would never invite people to her apartment like that, especially without telling her. It seems so disrespectful. Am I going insane? No, not the a-hole. The top comment says change the locks and dump the girlfriend. It's completely unacceptable. The comment below that says the proper way to do it was girlfriend to stay at your flat and to let them move into hers. That way she takes the brunt of the invasion of privacy and the damage, but definitely she kept it from you and planned their trip to coincide with yours. This was intentional and you're not the a-hole. She and her family owe you a huge apology before you get over this. Do not let them walk all over you. This is the hill to die on. Like that comment said, it was intentional. She planned their trip to coincide with your trip. Like the comment below that says, not the a-hole. If the people around you are saying that you're the a-hole, then you need different people. Who does this? Your girlfriend was wildly out of line in just giving your apartment over to her family. Hard no and hill to die on. Yeah, how are you the a-hole? Like the entitlement here is out of control. You're in the wrong? No, you're not. Yeah, this comment, this is awful, and it could have easily been avoided by a girlfriend if she had any respect for you whatsoever. If anything, she could have given up her flat and stayed at your place while you were gone. Offering up somebody else's place, especially without their knowledge, is ludicrous. It sounds like the relationship's run its course, not the a-hole. Yeah, and also, it wasn't an accident. OP's girlfriend planned this. Show your girlfriend this post, OP, and show it to all the people who are calling you an a-hole. Let them all read the comments. The next one, am I the a-hole for refusing to change someone's baby's diaper? My wife and I have been married 10 plus years and have a few kids. Sister-in-law and her husband had a baby 2 years ago. No major complaints, they just tend to ask people to do stuff that I would think they'd do themselves. They'll come over to our house, they live an hour away, and they'll ask ahead of time if we have their kids' favourite crackers on hand. Why they don't just pack the crackers, I don't know. They're well off, money's not an issue. If one of them leaves the room, they'll ask one of us, my wife or kids, to be in charge of the baby, even if the other parent's right there, just scrolling on their phone or something. But whenever I say something to my wife, she says that I'm being too much. The other day we're having a dinner at mother-in-law's house when the baby had a poopy diaper. Sister-in-law looks at me and then says in the sweetest voice, "Uncle, my name, can you change the diaper?" She frequently does this when we're there, but this was the first time that she asked me. I answered politely, "No, I'm sorry, I don't do that." "You don't do diapers?" "No, I don't do other people's kids' diapers if their mum or dad's around." I mean, if I'm babysitting, sure. But yeah, if the parents are around, I feel that it's their job. Sister-in-law looks like she's ready to cry. Well, I feel selfish. I smiled to try and set her at ease, not trying to make you feel any way. I'm just telling you a boundary is all. The table got really awkward as she got up and did the diaper. Afterwards, my wife blamed me for making sister-in-law feel bad and said that I could have just changed the diaper. Not trying to make anyone feel bad, but I've had 3 kids and I always took responsibility. I watched them, I packed for them, I changed them. I'm not looking to be a secondary parent for this kid. Yeah, understandable. This comment says not the a-hole, but then why didn't your wife step in and offer to change the diaper? That's right, because she doesn't want to do it either. You've got a massive wife problem. She needs to shut this down with her family, not encourage it. The top comment says not the a-hole. Your sister-in-law only felt bad because the obvious was pointed out to her. You said no when she asked you, then she pressed you further trying to either guilt trip you into changing the diaper or to make you look bad because you didn't want to change a poopy diaper. Yet in the comment below that, I think you handled that amazingly well. She sounds like she's not used to anybody saying no to her or setting boundaries. Putting on the tears and being selfish act is manipulation. And it sounds like that worked on your wife, not you. There's nothing to feel bad about. She sounds like a wannabe princess. Yeah, and like that other comment said, OP's wife needs to stop encouraging this. This comment says not the a-hole. Who the hell asked somebody else to change their baby's diaper when they're standing right there? Yeah, and the comment below that, well, I feel selfish. Laugh of relief. Oh good, I thought I was gonna have to say it. The next one, am I the a-hole for ruining my sister-in-law's birthday by crying? I, 43 male, am an advanced paramedic in critical care. This means that I'm trained to treat very serious injury and illness and also work in my service's emergency operations center to monitor emergency calls and dispatch other APCCs. Because it is a high-stress job and my shifts can easily overrun, I usually do only commit to social events on my days off. Hold on everybody, I'm gonna stand up for a second. There's no cat in the basket. Okay, we're getting up. We're going up. Oh my god, this is amazing. Slowly but surely, we're rising. Okay, now I'm fully standing up. This is so weird. Recently, my sister-in-law, 40 female, booked a meal at a nice restaurant to celebrate her birthday. I initially told my partner, 44 male, that I couldn't go as I had a 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. shift that day. However, he really wanted me to go. So I got my shift changed from ambulance crew to EOC, thinking that it would decrease the chance of being too late or being too drained to go. The shift was awful. My country's healthcare system is extremely overburdened, and I had to make a lot of difficult decisions prioritizing calls. Near the end of my shift, I had to input on a complex, distressing call which took almost 2 hours. I left work 90 minutes late and I got to the restaurant about 20 minutes late, in uniform and very tired. When I arrived, sister-in-law sarcastically said that it was nice of me to finally show up and to make such an effort with my clothes. I apologized, saying that I had a call that overran. My partner asked about the call and I said I didn't want to discuss it as it was upsetting and probably inappropriate for sister-in-law's daughter, 8 female, to hear. Brother-in-law, 38 male, said that it was just a call and I wasn't actually there. So if I'm gonna use it as an excuse to disrespect his wife, I should tell them what happened. What is your problem, dude? I said it wasn't an excuse. I can't just hang up on emergency calls when I feel like it. And sister-in-law said that I shouldn't have taken the call when I knew that I had to leave. I said that I was the only AP on duty. So what was I supposed to do? Make a junior dispatcher do my job for me? Sister-in-law said not everything was about me or how important and special my job is, especially not her birthday. I was so overwhelmed that I started crying. Although I know it was probably an overreaction. I was also embarrassed as I don't cry in front of others, so I went to the bathroom to try and calm down. My partner came to check on me and I said that I wanted to go home. He said that was fine. He would explain to sister-in-law and brother-in-law, so I left. When he got home later, he said that sister-in-law and brother-in-law were furious that I'd ruined the meal by making it about me, as they felt I should have made sure that I was on time and out of uniform, or at least been more understanding about why sister-in-law was upset. I said that sister-in-law made it about me by being rude over a 20-minute delay when I was clearly exhausted, and he said that I couldn't expect others to manage my stress for me when I chose a high-stress job. What? The brother-in-law and the sister-in-law were so unbelievably rude to OP. I said I was managing my stress when I said that I couldn't go, and he said that he also has a stressful job and still doesn't use it as an excuse to flake on his family. It's not an excuse. He wants me to apologize to sister-in-law, and I'm still hurt over the situation. However, I feel really bad for ruining the meal, and I'm worried that I did overreact and then make everybody cater to my emotions. Am I the a-hole? No. Oh my God. This is so frustrating. Oh my God, I'm sitting again. I can't get over how rude they were to OP. The top comment says, not the a-hole. This sounds like they don't like you at all. Yeah, there was no need for them to treat you the way that they did, and your partner shouldn't have allowed it. You did your best to be there by changing your shift and coming in your uniform, but they didn't appreciate your effort. They chose to badger you to tears. You don't owe anybody an apology. They owe you one. Yeah, definitely. They were a-holes to OP immediately when OP got there. Yeah, like this comment says, not the a-hole. Have they always been this awful to you? Holy f***, I would not be apologizing. Instead, I'd be serving divorce papers to your partner for his inability to stand up for you. You deserve better than this. And OP said, I've always gotten the impression that my sister-in-law doesn't like me that much, as she's never really wanted to talk to me, and then brushes off my attempts to be friendly with her. My brother-in-law has always kind of tried to push my buttons. Every time he sees me, he jokes about how many people I've killed at work today, and he's always asking me to talk about the worst things I've ever seen, but he's basically like that with everybody. I think I get it a bit more from him because I'm a quiet person, so he finds it more entertaining, I guess. Oh, these people sound awful. Yeah, the comment below that, dump your a-hole partner. I give you permission. I bet that helps your stress levels. What the f***'s wrong with them? The second that OP got there, when I arrived, sister-in-law sarcastically said, it was nice of me to finally show up and to make such an effort with my clothes. And then the brother-in-law said that it was just a call and I wasn't actually there. So if I'm going to use it as an excuse to disrespect his wife, I should tell them what happened. This comment says, not the a-hole, your partner sucks and so does his family. If somebody has clearly had a crappy day and still makes the effort to come and celebrate your birthday with you, you show gratitude, not attitude. What the f***'s wrong with her? Yeah, and what's wrong with the brother-in-law too? The comment below that says, holy cow, these people are awful. Get all of them out of your orbit now. Yeah, and a lot of comments are saying it too, but they made it all about you. You weren't making anything into a big deal. The second that you got there, they were bringing it up, being a-holes to you and creating a problem that didn't need to exist. Like they want you to apologize because you ruined their birthday when you didn't do anything. They were the ones who ruined it. I can't believe they want you to apologize. Take a hike. Get rid of the lot of them, OP. What a frustrating post. But yeah, you don't need these people, OP. I have got the boy. Is he gonna stay? No, he's not. No. Once again, I'm catless. At least we have Pineapple Toy. The next one says, am I the a-hole for refusing to babysit my boyfriend's niece during my vacation? I'm currently visiting my boyfriend while he's on a long-term work trip. I arrived Saturday and I'm staying for a week and a half. This first weekend was uneventful because he was feeling very sick. I stayed in all day Saturday and to help clean up his place and paid attention to him. On Sunday, he felt well enough to go out and play football for 4.5 hours. I watched him for the first hour before walking into the city and catching a drop-in pedicure. He still has to work during the weekdays, so this morning while I was still getting ready, he sent me a text saying this: my niece is coming to stay Saturday and Sunday and I'm bringing her to football and you have to watch her. So no walking the city for you. I was so furious. First of all, I'm on vacation. I did not sign up to babysit for a full weekend for this trip. I asked how old she was, since if she's old enough to stay here by herself, is she not old enough to stay by the picnic area while he plays? He doesn't even know how old she is, only that she needs a guardian. I'm also devastated because that was the only weekend where we could go out while he was off. I told him specifically months ago that I wanted to go on a certain tour with him on his day off, and he's apparently forgotten. When I reminded him, he said that we could go after work on Friday. That's taking a full day experience and chopping it in half. He says that since he's letting me stay for free, that I could spare a day to babysit his niece while he plays football. He gets his housing paid for by his work, and also I'm his girlfriend. Like, why wouldn't I stay for free? What are you gonna do, charge me hotel fees? Am I the gay for freaking out about this? Edit for clarity, by refusing to babysit his niece, I'm effectively forcing him to drop his activities to watch over her. I had no prior notice of her coming while I was visiting, and he waited until he left work to tell me. I don't know if he knew that she was coming and waited to tell me, or if he just found out himself. Yeah, like this comment says, I'd leave and go home. He's being incredibly rude by just telling you, not asking. You can do better. This comment says, not the a-hole girl, go home early and drop him, or pay for the hotel and enjoy your week there if it's a place that you want to explore. Drop him no matter what. This is a boyfriend, not a husband, and you actually don't have to work through every issue. He doesn't care about your wants or your plans. This was a special week for you that you were excited for. It wasn't special for him and he didn't even plan for it. He wasn't excited and he didn't adjust his schedule to cater to your visit at all. It sounds like beyond how he can use you. He doesn't even know her age or anything anything about her, that means he doesn't really care about family very much. So expect that level of I don't give a f in other areas of your personal life. If he doesn't know anything about her, then clearly he's not routinely caring for her. So how did he end up with her now? Did he volunteer because he knew that you were there? Did his family know that you were coming and they just told him that you were doing it? He doesn't take care of his niece, but you should have to. Why? Because you're a woman? Expect him to push off caretaking responsibilities onto you forever? Because after all, you're just a woman. Your time, effort, and wants have no value. He didn't even ask you. He just ordered you to provide free childcare for someone that you don't even know. Yeah, and this one too. Not the a-hole, he didn't even ask you. He told you and then made a flippant remark. Rude. And this is on top of basically telling you that you owe him. You're his girlfriend, not his f***ing subordinate. Yeah, and the bit about letting OP stay for free. Yeah, the comment above that one, letting you stay for free. You're supposed to be his visiting girlfriend. Makes you clean his house while he's sick. Then he goes to play football, not spending any time with you. And then tries to foist his niece off onto you. Get rid of this a-hole, not the a-hole. Okay, the next one. Am I the a-hole for refusing to babysit my nephew after my sister called me just a receptionist? I, 26 female, have worked as a receptionist at an office for 3 years. I actually like my job. It's stable, it pays well enough, and I'm studying part-time to get into healthcare admin. I don't really enjoy my job, but hey, we grow to like our jobs when it begins to pay the bills. My older sister, 32 female, on the other hand, is a corporate lawyer and never misses a chance to remind me how easy my job is compared to hers. Already so annoying. Last weekend, she called me at the last minute, like 7 a.m. on a Saturday, and asked me if I could watch my 4-year-old nephew because her sitter was cancelled 20 minutes ago. I told her that I already had plans and I couldn't. She sighed dramatically and said, "Come on, you're just a receptionist. What could be more important than helping the family?" Oh my god, the sister is already so frustrating. That stung and I hung up without saying much. Later that day, I texted her saying that I wouldn't be watching her kid anymore until she apologizes to me for belittling me. Yeah, good job, OP. She hasn't apologized. Yeah, big surprise. Instead, she told our mum, oh, of course, who's now guilt-tripping me, of course, saying that I should understand the stress that my sister's under as a working mum and not take everything so personally. Oh, so annoying. Everybody suddenly speaks like I just sat on the couch and watched TV all day long. I feel like I've always been the backup plan in our family because I don't have a serious career in their eyes. Calling myself a backup plan might even be me guessing more than I mean to them. I'm not watching her baby. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever until she apologizes. So am I the a-hole for refusing to babysit after what she said? Like, once again, it's somebody who feels like they just descended from the heavens because they have a serious job. Like in the last episode where that person's boyfriend made fun of their partner who was a journalist and looked down on what they did because it made a bit less money than what they did. God, it's so sad. And also how childish of your sister to go and complain to your mum. And of course, it's very much a not the a-hole consensus. And the next one says, am I the a-hole for having issues with my girlfriend's 11-and-a-half-year-old son not giving us any privacy? Long story short, my girlfriend 44, I'm 37. She has an almost 12-year-old son who will still often ask to sleep in our bed. He has not hit puberty yet or anything, but she does often allow this. I don't live there and I never sleep there. The one time that I spent the night there, the boy banged the side of his bed in his room until 2 a.m. until she eventually caved and went and slept in his bed with him, with me alone in her room. We just got back from our first family vacation, a 1-bedroom condo with a loft that has 2 single beds for the kids, her daughter 9 and the boy nearing 12. The daughter had no issue sleeping up there. The boy slept up there the first night, but said that we had to keep our master bedroom door open all night. This is even a policy at their home. She must sleep with her bedroom door open. The second or third night, the house is dark and quiet for at least an hour. Everybody should be sleeping. Me and my girlfriend start fooling around a little bit, very quiet. Sure enough, the boy sneaks downstairs and peeks into our room and sees me and his mum doing stuff. 45 minutes of pure chaos follows of yelling, screaming, and you name it. He does not like his mum doing stuff with me. Side note, the boy really likes me otherwise and we do tons of guy hobbies and fun stuff together. He likes having me around, just doesn't like me being alone with her. So for the remainder of the trip, he says that he's sleeping on the couch, which is just outside our room, with the door wide open of course. She allows this. The one night that I get up around midnight to take a pee, the house has been quiet and dark for over an hour. Everybody should be sleeping. I get up really quiet and I peek around the door frame to see what the boy's doing. He should be sleeping. And sure enough, he's awake. just staring down the hall into our room, listening and waiting and monitoring if there are any sounds or noises or anything. This is creepy AF to me. I shut the door to the bedroom after I go to the bathroom, but it's not latched all the way closed, and sure enough, 10 minutes later, he comes storming down the hallway, swings the door open violently, screaming whilst the door shut. She gets up and starts screaming at me for closing it. I calmly explain how we were sitting up and watching and waiting and listening for anything from our room. She grabs a pillow and blanket and runs out to the couch where he should be sleeping, and then they eventually all go upstairs and sleep in the loft, me alone in the main bedroom. Is this all too much? We've been dating for over a year. I've hung out with them as family tons and tons of times, at their house very frequently, but this boy and mum's attachment isn't normal, is it? He's totally okay with his father getting remarried and has no issues with him or his new wife, by the way, but only sees the father a couple of times a year, lives on the other side of the country, guessing a total of 5 to 6 weeks a year total that he goes to see him. He really loves and looks up to his dad and is well behaved when he visits him, I've been told. Added, the boy is diagnosed with ADHD and ODD, oppositional defiant disorder, where I think she clearly struggles setting boundaries with him. The 9-year-old daughter is super normal, goes to bed at a decent time, stays in her bed, never causes any issues. If I'm at their house watching a movie or a hockey game on a school night and it's getting late, the boy won't go to sleep, he'll stay up until I leave, and she allows this. The whole family does do individual therapy. The boy has seen many professionals, psychiatrists, neurologists, school resources. I'm just not sure how much had been addressed with the codependency. We've done lots of camping as a family unit, but never any problems, since he's always nearby in the tent with her and us. Been dating and together for over a year. She had me over at her house frequently and a part of her kid's life really early on. Within the first month, I'd say. The top comment says, this is very weird, but I think you're talking to two walls at this point. You need to consider if it's a deal breaker or not the a-hole. And OP said, yeah, she seems defensive of him and of just how bad this codependency is. Yeah, very much a not the a-hole consensus, and pretty much all the comments are saying that OP needs to get out of there. Okay, the next one for today. Am I the a-hole for leaving my husband after he refused to help with our child? My 29 female husband, 30 male, and I have been together for 10 years and currently have one child, 3 female. When our daughter was born, I was working full-time in an office setting, but then I went on leave after developing severe PPD. We realized that we didn't need my full income, so I stepped down to part-time. That way we didn't have to use daycare and hopefully could relieve some stress to ease my depression. I worked part-time from the time that she was 6 months old until January 2025, and during this time I was responsible for the household and our daughter, was cooking dinner and the occasional breakfast. I cleaned, I grocery shopped, and I meal planned. I remembered all the appointments and all events. I also did all the child rearing, with the exception of the 2 days that I worked in office. I had 1 day from home, but my daughter was at home with me. I became more overwhelmed than I was before. I was asking for help constantly, and my husband would follow through for about 2 weeks before telling me that he was too tired from working full-time, 40 hours. I told him that I wanted to go back to work full-time and split the workload, and he said no. I found a job anyway, one where I'd be able to put my daughter in a reputable daycare for my remote days and still be bringing in more monthly than my part-time job. It's important to note that we're also renovating our entire home due to hurricane damage, and we didn't have insurance, so extra income is needed. I told my husband about the job after accepting the position, and he was furious. He told me not to expect any help outside of what he does now, cooking. He has remained steadfast in his decision to not help. I recently asked again if he could at least help by brushing her teeth in the morning, and he said no. I said that we were supposed to be a team, and I'd really appreciate his help. He snapped that this is what I wanted. I did this to myself, and he would not be helping beyond his fair share. I said, fine, I'll figure it out myself. I've since been contemplating divorce. If the only responsibility I need to pick up is cooking, then what help do I need from him? Am I the a-hole for deciding that if he won't help, I won't stay? No, definitely not. The top comment, not the a-hole. Marriage and parenting is supposed to be a team effort. No one person doing 95% while the other cooks dinner. You deserve real support, not resentment for asking. Yeah, very much a not the a-hole consensus, and we need to read something wholesome. Oh my god, what an episode. Guys, that was such an adventure, and I hope you had a great time today. The best tattoo cover-up I've ever seen. That is so cool. That's such a smart idea. Yeah, that's so cool. They took a bad tattoo and made it into an awesome tattoo. So creative. And this one too. I put this napkin on Bean as a joke, but he hasn't moved out from under it, and it's been about 20 minutes. Mother has given me a blanket. It is a most joyous day. That's so cute, and Bean is so cute. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you had a great time today. The comment of the day goes to Sitting Tea here, and it's so funny. I'm still running the calculations, but I'm pretty sure that Nez's ear swivels predict with perfect accuracy whether or not OP's the a-hole. That is such such a funny comment. And I wouldn't even be surprised either. I feel like she does know what we're talking about. Like her left ear is you the a-hole and the right one is not the a-hole. That is such a funny comment. Thank you for commenting that and thank you for the support. Make sure you look after yourself and make sure you have a beautiful, amazing rest of your day. And you know what I'm about to say because I say it every other day. Bye!